On a cold December morning, former U.S. President Donald Trump was taking a walk in New York's iconic Central Park. As he enjoyed the tranquility of the early hours, he noticed a weary and disheveled woman sitting on a bench. She was wrapped in a thin blanket, trying to shield herself from the biting cold. Trump felt he couldn't just walk by and approached her. The woman's name was Teresa Hensley, a former Navy officer. She had served her country for many years but had become homeless due to the challenges she faced upon returning to civilian life and the lack of support available to her. Introducing himself, Trump began a conversation with Teresa. Initially cautious, Teresa eventually opened up, sensing the sincerity in Trump's approach. She shared her story of serving in the Navy for a decade, only to face severe health problems and financial struggles afterward. Losing her family and lacking a support system, she had been forced to live on the streets. Listening intently, Trump was deeply moved by Teresa's brave past and her resilience in the face of adversity. He promised her that her life was about to change. In that moment, he began forming a plan to help her. Determined not to leave her in the park, he took her to a nearby restaurant for a warm meal. Over the meal, he assured her that he would take immediate action to improve her situation. Later that afternoon, Trump called his assistant to inform them about Teresa's situation and initiate the necessary steps to assist her. First, he arranged temporary housing for Teresa. Then, he contacted a local veteran support organization to provide her with medical care, psychological assistance, and essential needs. Trump's foundation pledged to cover Teresa's medical expenses and her rent for an entire year. The next morning, Teresa woke up in a warm hotel room, feeling the first glimmers of hope that her life could take a new direction. Guided by Trump, she was offered opportunities for vocational training and enrolled in a program designed to support her personal development. Inspired by her conversations with Trump, Teresa showed great determination to rebuild her life. After completing her training programs, she began working at a community center, providing guidance to other veterans. This not only gave her financial independence but also allowed her to help others. Trump was thrilled by Teresa's transformation and sought to share her story with the public to raise awareness. At a press conference, he stated, "Heroes like Teresa have risked their lives for our country. Supporting them is one of our most important responsibilities. This is just the beginning, we will do more." Teresa's story quickly spread nationwide, inspiring countless people to take action in supporting homeless veterans. Trump's initiative prompted the creation of new aid projects across the country. Over time, Teresa became a prominent advocate for the homeless and dedicated her life to helping other veterans in need. This touching story not only changed Teresa's life but also demonstrated the power of community solidarity and individual efforts. With Trump's assistance and Teresa's determination, the story became a symbol of hope. Teresa's journey from despair to empowerment proved how a single act of kindness could spark monumental change. Teresa's new life became a period where all the hardships and pain of her past were replaced by a hopeful future. The confidence and stability she gained through Donald Trump's help encouraged her to make a difference in society. She was no longer focused solely on rebuilding her own life, but had made it her mission to assist other homeless veterans and those in need. A year later, Teresa founded a veteran support center on her own. The center aimed to provide temporary housing, vocational training, and psychological support for homeless veterans. When Trump heard about her project, he felt immense pride in her initiative and provided financial support to help the center grow. Trump's foundation supplied the resources needed to expand the facilities and allowed Teresa to take her mission even further. The center quickly gained national recognition. The veteran story spread through the media, creating a ripple effect across society. Teresa frequently appeared on television and social media, sharing her journey and raising awareness about the challenges veterans face. "Donald Trump didn't just lend me a helping hand," Teresa would often say. "He gave me a lifeline. Now, I'm extending that lifeline to others." Inspired by Teresa's success, Trump launched broader initiatives to support homeless veterans. During a national conference in Washington, D.C., the former president invited Teresa to the stage to honor her contributions. Teresa's story is a testament to the power of hope and solidarity, Trump said. Each of us has the ability to make a difference, even if it's just in one person's life. As Teresa's support center grew, the number of veterans benefiting from its services increased. The center became not just a shelter, but also a symbol of hope and unity. Under Teresa's guidance, hundreds of people found new jobs, reunited with their families, and reshaped their lives. Through this journey, Teresa's life gained profound meaning. She rediscovered her sense of self, growing stronger with each new achievement. However, Teresa never forgot her gratitude toward Trump. In one of her speeches, she said, "If Donald Trump hadn't come up to me that day and listened, I might not be here today. He didn't just lend me a helping hand, he made me feel human again." In the years that followed, Teresa's story was turned into a book and later adapted into a documentary. The story highlighted not just Teresa's struggles and triumphs, but also those of countless others like her. Trump attended the documentary's premiere, expressing his gratitude to Teresa once more and sharing how proud he was of her accomplishments. This story demonstrated how a small act of kindness could spark monumental changes in people's lives. The collaborative efforts of Donald Trump and Teresa Hensley became a powerful example of transformation not just for individuals but for society as a whole. Teresa's journey inspired many and became a global symbol of solidarity. Both names went down in history as the heroes of this remarkable narrative. A year later, Teresa was invited to give a speech in Congress. As she spoke about the struggles faced by veterans and how these issues could be addressed, Donald Trump was in the audience. At the end of her speech, she walked up to him to thank him once again. "This isn't just my story," Teresa said, "this is a story written by you and many others together. It's the story of knowing that you have the power to change a life." Trump looked at Teresa, his eyes shining with pride. At that moment, seeing that Teresa not only transformed her own life but also had the power to change the lives of others was the greatest reward for him. Teresa's gradual recovery from the losses she had suffered, her discovery of inner strength, and her ability to give hope to others had reminded Trump of the power of human potential. Through this transformation in her life, Teresa had not only impacted her own career but also left a lasting mark on society. What had started as a small gesture from Donald Trump had created a ripple effect, inspiring many others. Thanks to Trump, Teresa had rediscovered the hope she had lost years ago, and now she aimed to establish her own charity to help others in need. One day, Teresa sent Trump a thank you message. "Because of you, I'm not just changing my life, but I'm on a journey to change the lives of others," it read. "You gave me hope, and now I want to give hope to others." After reading her message, Trump took a deep breath. It had become one of the turning points of his life. He had realized that helping people wasn't just about meeting their basic needs. To change someone's life meant to change the world. That evening, Trump sat alone in his office in Washington, reflecting on the small yet meaningful act of kindness he had done years ago. The day he had found Maria sitting on the street had shown him how important a moment of courage and compassion could be to change a life. That single step had set in motion a major transformation. Teresa's story had become more than just the journey of an individual, it had turned into a story that emphasized the power of community and the importance of compassion. It proved that a simple act of kindness could change the world. Trump soon realized that the key to helping more people and making a lasting impact was offering every individual a chance to succeed. So, he continued doing everything he could to support and touch more lives. Teresa, each day, took one more step toward growing her mission. She had learned the value of making a difference on her own, and now she aimed to inspire others to do the same. Her story had started to create ripples, and soon more people were inspired to make small yet significant changes in their lives. And one day, on another street corner, just like before, someone would take a small step to change another person's life, and another story would begin. In the end, Teresa and Trump's story once again proved that changing one person's life is equivalent to changing the entire world. A single person's courage and determination may be all it takes to transform a society. And one life is not just the story of the one who changes it, but also of everyone whose life touches it.